Janet. I'm the houseplant buyer here at the Folsom Green Acres Nursery and Supply, and today we're going to be decorating a living room with plants. So the first area that was glaring is a corner behind a chair, and I chose this. This is a Dracaena. This one is a corn plant, and what this plant needs, well, what this plant does for a corner is it stays pretty upright and it doesn't get really wide and take over a spot. So it is a plant that needs to get completely dry between waterings. So benign neglect is a very good thing for this plant. Using a soft cloth to wipe off the leaves, because leaves will get dusty. Like this one, a soft moist cloth, that'll help keep it happy too. If it starts getting brown tips, it means it's staying too wet too long. So you have to check it. Because this is behind a chair and in a tight corner, you could put it in an ornamental pot. You don't have to. You could just put a tray down and put this in there. I don't recommend transplanting plants like this because there are multiple plants planted in here, and when you move them and start messing with the roots, they tend to just want to fall open and you have to tie them up. So if you can stage it in a pot and make sure you protect your floor with proper trays, then everything's just fine. The plant will live for years in its own, in this pot. This is one of the ones that doesn't grow that fast. So the next area is a shelving unit in the living room. What I'm choosing to do is to draw the eye up against the wall, and this makes a very nice silhouette. So this one exists next to the globe, and we'll put the hanging plant. This is Chinese evergreen. It needs to get very dry between waterings. This is a philodendron. This goes a shelf down, and this is the one that can hang because it's a pretty good. That shelving unit has some height to it, so it's nice to have a little bit of drapey on it. And I'm recommending that you fix them so that they go in a zigzag pattern on the shelving unit. So you've got a plant here and a plant there and a plant there, and all the way down. This is another plant that likes to get a little dry between waterings. The yellow, if it's not bright enough light there, the yellow and the white will fade to green or lighter green. But still, see, this is what it looks like when it's solid green, but it's still going to add some nice interest in there and brighten it up. Next shelf down, there's a glass octagonal or hexagonal structure there, and I chose something to go in it because I didn't see anything in it. So this is a Tillandsia. This is a plant that exists in the humid jungle air. It doesn't have any roots, it only does attachment fibers. At our homes, we put them on a shelf in a nice glass bowl, wherever you get it wet once a week, and they're happy. If you feed them, they'll grow, they can bloom once in their lifetime. They don't die after they finish blooming, but this is a very nice plant to go in this glass structure. And what I recommend, so that when you water it and put it back in the structure, it doesn't stay too wet, is to put some rocks in there. So there's a nice light green rock. It kind of matches the plant too. You're just careful when you put the rocks in. But you don't have to use all of these. You just put enough to hold the plant up a little bit. So the lower shelf of this unit, I chose this. This is a Dracaena also. This is Dracaena compacta. It's related to this plant. And it can grow tall, but it grows very slowly. And it's another plant that you keep quite dry. In this living room, there are two round coffee tables that match, and they have matching lamps on them. So what I chose was two plants of the same genus, which are Sansevieria. These are the snake plant. Most people are familiar with the snake plants that grow upright. These stay flatter and they get wider, a little bit wider. But they are another plant that likes it quite dry. It grows in lava rock and loves humidity. It will do very well in our households. You don't have to water very often. And I chose, for the one closest to the window and the recliner, I chose this one. because it's a smaller one and it seemed like a little tighter space. For the other table that's further in the room, I chose this one so that it'll stay greener and you won't lose your coloration. And it's a little bit larger. It seemed like that space would take a slightly larger plant. So, but it'll also offer some continuity between the two tables that have matching lamps on them. It's got kind of not quite matching plants, but they are the same look and the same structure. But there is a little shelving unit on the wall. Wouldn't hurt because it's such great light in there to have a plant hanging off the unit. So I chose pothos. Pothos is very easy to grow. Again, likes to get dry between waterings, and it will hang and drape. It's another advantage to pothos is you can clip it and put it in a glass of water and get it to root on very easily, and it's happy to live in there for quite a long time. So this one will just grow out and drape over. So if they sacrifice a bowl, I think it was on the second shelf, was a little bit wider and had some space for this. So we like that. All the plants you're going to be able to fit in that space unless you want to be climbing over them. If you want recommendations for your home with beautiful houseplants, what we recommend is that you bring in pictures. You want to take them of the area that you want to put your houseplant. What you want to do is take them from different angles. You want to note the time of day that you took those pictures so that we can kind of assess the light, and you need to know what direction the windows are facing. Is it south, is it north, is it east, or is it west? And that should get us able to, that should allow us to make recommendations that will survive and flourish in your home.